All right, everybody, welcome to BRUISED Podcast. Again, I'm your host, Soup, my co-host, Lewi. Today you're here with Joe Wallace, a.k.a. Joe Skull. Where did the skull come from?
The skull came from, it was like the thing I would, when the internet first started, that I would use like Joe Skull as all of my, like my Hotmail, email.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it just came to be that when I started a YouTube channel, Joe Skull. And I didn't really put much thought into it at all. So
just kind of came
it's
about
Joe
naturally.
Skull, and it just stuck. Yeah.
I mean, I like the name. That goes right into the first question or topic, I guess, is your YouTube channel. You've been doing YouTube for a good while now, yeah?
Yeah, I've always had it. Like I said, I don't even know when I started it. I just put a couple videos on there. The one I showed you was an old video that I did in 1990 about trying to get a skate park in Frederick. And so I just had that on there. But I didn't really start using my YouTube channel regularly until like 8 years ago when I discovered 40 ounces of malt liquor. It was a quest I had to go on. I had to find every different variety of malt liquor that I could find, not only in the U.S., Canada, Mexico. So I hold the world record of different varieties of 40-ounce, not only malt liquor, there's some lagers or whatever, but 40-ounce bottles of beer or in the world. And that's up to like 62 or 63 that are still on my channel.
Is that
Wait, that's an official, like...
No.
self-made world record? Okay.
I believe other people have done that on YouTube, but their videos are not on there anymore. The only place it exists is on the Joe Skull channel.
What in the world?
So
this is a legend right here.
Yeah, definitely.
He's
but
like,
I've
don't get it
also-
twisted.
I try to keep it with, skateboarding involved in it as well. So
Okay, yeah.
So skateboarding
Skateboarding
and malt liquor.
And malt liquor.
Yep.
yeah, which brings us to what I have in the bag tonight. Seltzer. Sorry, guys. Had to scare you with three
I was
X's.
so scared.
Pulls
Yeah, I
out
had
a
to bring seltzer. I got a busy week. Life's been crazy lately. I have a photo shoot, a real estate photo shoot at like 9 in the morning, so I gotta keep it kind of chill this evening.
Gotcha.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I've actually never seen that before. Those kind.
There's more in there if you.
I'm all right now.
Yeah, but you talked about you said the video you showed me, which I was going to bring up. I don't think
Right.
you've seen this.
The Caps game? Is that,
No.
or-
The one you posted in, 1990?
Yeah, it was 1990.
Oh,
yeah.
It was actually it was my first semester at FCC, and I had to do a video project. So I was like, of course, skateboarding. I did a project to show the need for a skate park in Frederick. No one ever saw that video that needed to see the video. It was really just a project. But at the time, I was working for a surf shop called in Frederick, Surf's Up Surf Shop, and the owners of that, along with me, and Malcolm, helped get a little skate area right by the Keys Stadium.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was kind of crappy,
Hey,
but
take
it
what you
was
get.
something.
Yeah.
It was something.
What
so.
was there?
A few like
fun.
wooden obstacles. I remember the thing I remember was there was a launch ramp with a flat and then a down bar, a low down bar, a couple quarter pipes. But I think the county kind of just did something to appease.
Shut them up for a little bit.
Shut up a little bit,
yeah.
and I think it lasted like 3 months before it was all tore up. And
So was that the first like skating spot in Frederick?
No, the first skate park. There was actually a concrete skate park in Frederick, really close to here actually too. I don't know what the park is called, but the garage on 7th Street under the across from there's a park and a baseball field.
Okay.
So in there was the first concrete skate park in Frederick. It was basically just banks. I can't find a photo of it anywhere.
What happened to it? Like, did
They just
tore it down?
filled it in. It's probably under all the dirt
Parking
there.
lot, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
When was that?
That was in the late 70s.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
okay.
it got demolished or whatever in like 80.
Well, skateboarding wasn't even a huge thing in the 70s, really, right?
Yeah, it was a huge thing.
Really?
Definitely. Yeah.
When did skateboarding really start getting super popular?
I mean, I don't know.
Well, before now, the 2000s, late 90s, it would come in phases. you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
60s, it was, really popular. Steel wheels. It would be on the Brady Bunch or whatever. And,
Yeah.
so it would get popular for a little bit. Then again, in the 70s, it would last a little longer because the urethane wheels came out. It started to be more in culture a little bit. So it hung out for a little longer. And then they actually started building skate parks in the 70s and stuff.
Gotcha.
I mean, I think skating, like, nowadays is more popular than it's ever been, for sure.
Totally,
But,
totally.
Like, yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Like, from the mid to late 90s, I think it's always been there. It's never died like it died before, and it won't now.
Well, 90s is like the aesthetic for skateboarders. And
So it's kind of going like this, but it's always sort of had its, ebbs and flows of popularity.
Gotcha.
Well, it didn't even start until... That's why I was curious, because skateboarding isn't really... I mean, it's older, but it's not... Like, it was like the 50s or whatever that it started coming around, right? At all.
Yeah,
like, was invented.
Yep.
So it hasn't been around for, like, forever.
Yeah,
But,
whatever. It's been a good while, though.
yeah. That's long enough. 70 years
It's
is long
long
enough.
Yeah.
But, okay. So you've been skating since you were basically younger? Or?
Yeah, of course, had a little skateboard as a kid, would mess around with it, not get too serious. And then for my 13th birthday in 1984, I got a Nash Executioner skateboard. It's like the starter skateboard that, like, pretty much 70% of the people that started skating when I did got this board.
Sounds intense.
I thought this was the sickest board ever. I got it at a toy store. Had rad-ass graphics on it and everything. And then I would go to the drain in Frederick by West Frederick Middle School was the spot here. And that even started in the late 70s, but this was, 84. So I went to the drain, and I think someone said, "Oh, great board," or something like that, because they knew it was a toy store board. Yeah. And so I went home, took everything off of that thing, stripped it, painted it to what this dude had a light blue board. I spray painted it light blue, put everything back on, and then I rolled.
Nice.
So
Hey, I mean, my first skateboard was from Sports Authority, I think. I mean, that was when I was probably 8.
yeah.
But, like, I mean, I didn't know any better. But, I mean, it did.
You should have known.
It did the job when I was 8.
Yeah,
but, like,
yeah.
obviously, once I got more into skating, I realized.
And even for me,
but-
that board, I mean, learned the basics on it and everything, and then, but ever since I took it to the drain, I started saving up that day for my real skateboard that I had to order from Skates on Hate in California.
Skates on hate.
Yeah, and it's still there. Skates on Hate
it?
shop is still there in San Francisco.
Jeez.
Yeah, ordered a Lester Kasai board.
You ever order anything from there since?
No, but we visited San Francisco 2 years ago, and I went into Skates on Hate.
Really?
Yeah.
That must have been like nostalgic.
I wish I never went in there.
Really?
They were selling scooters.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So,
You're like,
yeah.
throw the match in.
I just wish it would have been what I thought it was, my mind longer, but I got to hand it to them. They were still a running skate shop, and
That's impressive.
majority skateboards they sell. Since I think they started in the 70s.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Never heard of that. Like, an actual skate shop selling scooters.
Yeah.
That's
That's
new to
also
me,
bummed.
for sure.
I
Like,
was a little
Complete
bummed,
disappointment.
I kind of gave them a pass. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Jeez.
But yeah, I mean, I'm still just stuck on that video you sent me. It was crazy. There's one clip in there where it was like really cool for me to see was you're right in Baker Park, and just in the background you were like interviewing someone or something like that, and the band shell that's there right now was like in the process of being built.
They knocked the other one down, the previous band shell.
I didn't even know there was a different band shell there before.
Yeah, and they pretty much just built it sort of the same as it was. So they were
Okay.
It was basically a renovation. But yeah, back to that video. Did we just skip off of that video and then I talked about a bunch of other stuff? But anyway,
He's been holding on to that question.
I have been holding on to that question because I just wanted to like, get your take on it.
There are some spots that were skated back then, even skated before then, and are still skated now. The Jefferson Street where I was skating there, that's still skated today.
Was the old band shell a spot? Because I know like the new band shell that they have now definitely is.
Not really. Like, we may have ollied off the steps,
okay.
But it wasn't a big spot really.
Gotcha.
There was a kid, Justin Frizzell, who had a ramp on Third. He lived on Rockwell Terrace.
Okay.
And he had a ramp in his backyard, and then he later moved to 3rd Street right by Embark and put a ramp in his backyard. So we were more that, like building ramps in our backyards and stuff like that.
You did that.
I did, yeah. I had actually my brother, the one who like initially got me into skating, he built a mini ramp in our garage when I was like 8 or something like that. He ended up selling it after like 6 months or a year, and then when I was 14, I built my own mini ramp. Like once I really got back into skating, and that was pretty sick. I didn't put enough money into it.
Right.
I ended up getting Masonite as a top layer instead of Skate Light, so rain got on it, got all warped, and it was just kind of done after like a year.
Yeah, we did stuff like that too. I mean, the ramp in my backyard probably had 6 layers on it. We would just not really treat the layer well or anything. Not even get pressure treated plywood. We just have it, paint it, and then 6 months later go steal more wood and put it on there. So.
Jeez, but you're used to building all skate, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because you've been involved in building skate parks in Frederick and whatnot as well, right?
Yeah. Okay, so Hill Street, I was not involved at all in getting Hill Street Skate Park. That was Pit Crew.
Okay.
And that was the mayor at the time, Jennifer Doherty.
90s?
Hill Street was 2004.
2004, okay.
So, and the thing is, this is what Malcolm told me, that the reason that's there really is because Jennifer's nephews skated.
That's usually how it
threw up a
goes.
skate park for them.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So, but they were popping up at that time. This is early 2000s. Like Virginia was doing really well with them. Were there any in Maryland yet? Not Concrete. Well, Bowie was there.
Where's Bowie?
Bowie is on the other side of DC.
Oh, okay. So it's all the way
Alpha
out there.
far
Rock
out.
50, yeah. So I was just thinking that, okay, we're going to get another one here, pretty soon. This is after the Hill Street went in. So Urbana, you want to talk about Urbana? Yeah. That's where I was kind of going with that.
Yeah.
Say I grew up here, but went to WVU for graphic design, and then lived in DC for 2 years after that, just working. Actually, like 4 years. Time, as you get old, kids, I'm almost 50. Time, you just don't know what it is. But
You just don't know what it is.
Yeah, you lose total track of it. But so after living in DC for 4 years, we moved back here to Urbana with my wife, and I started seeing Urbana had so many skaters. I was just like, okay, they're gonna probably put a skate park in here. I'm not gonna get involved or anything. It's too much work. I'm not down for that right now. I can drive. If I want to go skate somewhere, I'll just drive there.
Yeah.
And that was my mindset for like 10 years. So not until 2010, nothing was happening yet.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, let's just see what it's going to take to get a skate park here. And they were building a newer park in Urbana. So I was like, okay, they'll free up some area here. I'll go in. So I scheduled a meeting with Frederick County Parks and Rec and just talked to them. I was like, okay, new park here. What's it going to take for us to get a skate park in Urbana? and they were just like, oh, that's not going to happen. There's so much demand on those parks. We don't have room for a skate park in there. Let's pull out the master plan and we'll go over it. I'll show you. So he pulls out this master plan from 1988, and I look on there, I see skateboard area, phase 2 skateboard area. I said, well, what's this? Phase 2 skateboard area. He goes,
You're not supposed to see that.
all right, you just saved yourself about a year and a half of redesigning the master plan. So it's already,
It was
the
already
plan
nice.
is there.
Yeah, wow.
Wow.
But and it still is to this day, like the Parks and Rec has no money, and they didn't in 2010 either. But I can be kind of cocky sometimes. I'll go, oh, sure, I'll raise $100,000 for a skate park, no problem. 2 years later,
Easy.
I've raised $10,000, and with the nonprofit that I set up with Parks and Rec, there was a clause in there that if I don't raise the money, it gets absorbed for whatever else in Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
Light bulbs, things like, whatever. I'm like, screw that. My time was running out. So we had another fundraiser, and I raised enough to get the asphalt and the ramp there because I wanted something,
Yeah. So just like a straight pad of asphalt.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Got
got you.
asphalt, and then we put the ramp there.
Yeah, I remember when that went up.
Yeah,
that was there
18.
for.
It was 2018.
So that was there for. When did the first pump track go up? Because the ramp was there for at least a year, right?
Oh, yeah.
Before the pump track?
The first pump track didn't go in until August a year ago. So not last August, but the one before that.
Okay.
I did not realize it was so new
Yeah, it's pretty new.
because we've been 2 or 3 times. I
Yeah,
mean,
Urbana's,
Yeah.
the last few years.
But doing that, I wanted to get something there because, like I said, there's so many people in Urbana, so many kids that skate, so many kids that ride scooters, whatever, that like we're gonna need. I mean, we need something there.
Yeah.
So with what that did was it did bring some awareness, and so then I got involved with the Rotary, the local Rotary, just talking to them about their philanthropy, which is battling heroin addiction.
Okay.
So what I went to them was, hey, there's a pump track because it can involve anybody. You don't have to just be a skateboarder. It's fun for skateboards.
Yeah.
But it gets anybody off their butt just being active and doing something.
You see
Yeah,
bikes, you see scooters,
Yeah.
you see
Yeah,
rollerbladers.
pretty much every
you
time I'm
see
there, it's
anybody
like-
on wheels.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've
I'll
been
see
there-
Big wheels on it.
Yeah.
Been there a couple times where skaters are in the minority, like at the park. There's a bunch of kids on bikes,
Yeah, you gotta
kids on
time it right.
scooters.
Well, you
kids on
got the
rollerblades.
housing development right across the street as well,
Yeah.
so you got a lot of kids and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
It's a
definitely
great area to have it.
From what I've seen, there's definitely a larger, younger crowd
Yeah,
that
it
skates
is.
at Urbana.
It is.
But I mean, that's still good though,
Yeah.
building the future.
And then we got, with that, we also got the nip slip. The thing that's like,
Oh, okay.
I named it that.
I'm glad you explained that because I was not following.
I named it that. And then last, it was like 2 months ago, we got the second pump track in there, which I didn't want that. It was another one, people involved with the Rotary wanted more pump track. I just sat on my hands, guys, because they paid for it.
Did
and,
they explain the process or the thinking behind that? They're like, not enough pump track. Let's
You're right.
throw
I
another
told
one
him, I was
in."
like, if you guys put another pump track in here and that's it, I can't come here anymore because I won't hear it. I won't hear the end of it from the kids.
Yeah.
Because I've been telling them for 2 years, guys, just chill. We're going to get some rails in there. We're going to get some mani pads, whatever. It's things that you like. I wanted to get stairs, but that's not in this next phase.
Yeah.
But so then we got an anonymous donor that gave us a little more money. So total, this skate park is up to about 80 or 90 grand now.
Nice.
With this next
Yeah.
phase that is going to be open next week, which I designed it, and I think it's just like we didn't have a ton of area, but if it would be a cool little, like really like a cool little backyard. If you have like your backyard thing, just maximizing the use of space. We have a really tight quarter pipe, like you all know I love tight quarter pipe, pool coping on it. So I got that for me. Come on, I can have something.
Yeah. You deserve something.
I got the
You
ramp,
deserve
I got the
something.
ramp too,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I can have something else. So that, and then a mani pad. Like, is
there's
there
a
any
mani
good
pad.
mani pads around, like park? Well,
No, I was talking to Alex about this the other day. Like,
Yeah.
we were skating Sags, and I was like, there's just no good mani
Yeah.
pads at any of the parks around here. Like,
Yeah.
I was talking to him about, like, putting one in at Sags. Like, it's not going to happen, but, like, I was like,
Right.
that'd be sick if
I
there's
love,
a good
like-
mani pad here.
to this day, manuals are one of my favorite things to do. Like, they're just great. They're
Yeah.
they're the best. So, but there's no good mani pads at any parks. I mean, you can find them plenty around. But
Yeah, I mean, like, sketchy mani. There's not
Yeah.
really
Like a nice
good
mani
a
pad.
nice
I like them
smooth
with
mani
there's
pad.
no seam this
Yep.
far from it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a fun little mani pad.
Okay.
And then another bank on the other side, just so you can get the back and forth flow. A flat bar on the other end of it, and in the center, I just told him just put a hole there. Just put a manhole size cover hole.
Just like a flat gap, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just
sick.
like,
Yeah.
ollie over it,
Yeah.
whatever. So
That's tight.
Put a hole there.
Yeah, let's put a hole.
Yeah, I'm super excited for that section of Urbana to open, because I like Urbana, but I go there and I'm not like big on transition. I'll
Right.
skate transition, so like I'll skate the half pipe or mini ramp for like 20 minutes. I'll do the pump track. And
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
definitely not a destination. I mean,
yeah,
it lacks a lot of stuff, but this will add.
Yeah.
yeah.
So where's
Yeah.
that going in at? Is that like right next to everything?
So if you're walking in, looking at the half pipe, it's right on the other side of the half
Got
pipe.
you. So they're gonna put more concrete down because
Yeah,
it was
everything's
grass.
poured and everything.
Oh, okay.
It's done.
Gotcha.
Except they just have to put the pool coping on and lay the flat bar.
Nice. Okay.
So that's gonna be opening when? then?
Probably the end of next week.
End of next week.
Yep.
Sick. So, yeah, by the time this podcast is posted, it'll be like 7 days, something like that.
Yeah.
6 days
Yeah.
from when this is posted.
Jeez.
Sweet.
Yep.
Okay.
Everybody go to Urbana Skate Park on. Do you have a date for it, or just kind of?
Let's
a
say
guess?
like March 7th.
March 7th. Okay. Everybody go to
It should
Urbana
be done
Skate
then.
Park on March 7th.
We'll see.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll have
see.
a whole meetup. Opening session.
We're gonna really base it on March 7th. That is, we're all gonna show up.
March
We're like,
7th is just gonna be raining all
March
day long.
8th.
Pretty much.
One day in early March.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we can play it by ear.
Yeah.
That's very cool. So, have you been involved in any other skate parks around here, or is Urbana the one that you've really been putting
Yeah,
your
Urbana's
efforts
the
in?
one I've really been. When they were building Hill Street, I would go and manage the construction workers about how to set coping in a bowl so it doesn't fade back and you can actually grind it. So-
At least they actually took like a skater's advice there, and they gave you the.
Did they listen to you?
They
or
did
they
eventually,
just-
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
They thought I was a pest.
Ah,
But,
gotcha.
it's
You're like, if you
things
stand there
gotta
long
get done.
enough,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
that's
and
very
people
cool.
complain about that bowl, but I love that big bowl at Frederick. That's
Oh, the
that's
Clover.
one of my
stairs?
favorite. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the Clover, but I'm
Yeah, I
not the kind of person who
Yeah,
will
it's
skate
not
that.
the kind of thing you really skate. But even
Yeah.
like some big bowl skaters, they
Mm-hmm.
get, oh, this is it's a fadeaway vert. It's this, it's that. It's lumpy. So what? Don't be such a pussy.
Words to live by.
You showed me, or you sent me, or I saw somewhere. I saw a video of you like doing a frontside slash on the deep end of the Clover.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
The
to
deep
me.
end. I remember whenever I first started skating, and you were like, "Come up here and look at this." And
How
I was
tall is that?
looking
Is that
down.
It's
like
10. It's 10 feet.
10 feet?
Yeah.
I thought it was like 12
Dude,
or 15.
it's
That
like
thing is
24
so
feet.
big
All
to
you
me.
little kids think that bowls are way deeper than they are.
I
People
thought it was
tell
like a
me-
200-foot bowl. What do you mean?
People think seriously, only bowl that's 16 feet deep. No kid, it's 10. The new Arlington Bowl, that's like 12. I think
Okay.
that's
Okay.
actually kind of gnarly.
Do you go out to DC and whatnot to skate pretty
Yeah,
often?
yep.
Okay. I've yet to skate out there.
Yeah, growing
see?
up here in the 80s, skating, you learn to travel and not even think
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Like I said, we had backyard ramps, but
You'll drive
know,
an hour and a half to skate somewhere.
Easily.
Yeah.
We would
absolutely.
do this. We would drive Saturday. We'd go to this place called Lutherville in Baltimore, and because everything was metal there,
Skateboard.
No, yeah, skate
Okay,
park.
gotcha.
Nice mini ramp. They had the launch ramp with the flat and then the bar down. Just a cool setup. So we do that Saturday. That was an hour. Sunday we drive to this place in where in Pennsylvania was it? It was about 2 hours away,
Okay.
near Lancaster, Pennsylvania. It was called Rip the Lip. It was indoor,
Lip.
and they had a
Very cool.
cool spine ramp. That's why I love spines. Where
Yeah.
Okay.
that, and that's basically all. They had a tiny street area, but we traveled. So now, I mean, I don't travel as much now because we have things in Frederick, but everybody needs something new to skate or whatever.
Exactly.
So just travel all the time.
All right. Something I want to kind of finish on here.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people know this. I mean, maybe a lot of people that watch this. I don't have a lot of viewers, but probably a lot of people don't know this. But you opened the first ever Frederick skate shop.
Bony Mug Skates.
Bony Mug Skates.
I named it Bony Mug Skates because I was kind of a bony mug, even bonier mug then.
And how old were you when you opened that?
I was 15.
That's insane.
15 years old.
I was 15, almost 16. So what it was, we had Wheelbase, which is the bike shop. They sold boards. And then Under the Sun, where Tim and Malcolm worked, was a ski shop. And they sold boards as well. But I didn't see why there couldn't be, in Frederick, just a skate shop. I thought that would be the coolest thing ever. So I convinced my dad, and we were not by any means rich at all. So he probably took me down to, we got a distributor license from Atlantic Skates in Ocean City. They distributed, most of the brands that people were getting. And we probably spent $1,500 to get product. And we brought it back here. And you know where Sumitra is? It's on East Patrick. Our address was 10 East Patrick Street.
Okay.
And there's a Asian restaurant in the front now, which used to be Busy Bee Bakery. But you'd walk back in there, and it was a tiny room about as wide as this, and not even to the wall over there.
So you'd walk through a bakery, and then you'd be in a skate shop.
Yeah, they tried to have like a mall. There was a consignment shop back there, and a skate shop.
It's like
So
these
this is
professional
basically-
offices, and then it's like
This is what
Bony
your
Mugs.
board wall looked like
Yeah,
right here,
pretty
basically.
much. Yeah, it is. But then we actually expanded. So I ran it for 2 years, which, if you're in 10th grade, that's like an eternity.
Oh, yeah.
So, because I had to, I was going to college and everything after it. So that's when I sold it to Surf's Up Surf Shop, and I worked at Surf's Up until I did college.
I mean, that's
So what?
impressive.
Yeah.
15-year-olds these days don't do jack shit. So, like,
What years were they? Was
that
it there?
It was 1987.
Okay.
So I think I had to set up in my bedroom for like a month or two until we got the spot.
Gotcha.
There. So probably it was like March or so, and I think, or April. And then May of 87, we opened up Bony Mug at the
Jeez.
location.
Very cool.
And that ran for about 2 years or so.
Wow.
that's sick.
That's insane.
It was definitely
Yeah.
the scene of Frederick. I mean,
Yeah.
like the pit crew. Tim will tell you, like pit crew is based off of Bony Mug. It just create skate parks like
Yeah.
Embark does now.
Yeah.
Just
Well, it's just a
creates
local
scene.
skate
Yeah.
community that it starts building.
Right.
Yeah.
And you get everyone there, start supporting each other, perpetuating the scene, making zines, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
So are you pretty involved with Embark as well?
yeah, definitely. I'll help Brent out anytime for whatever he
Yeah.
needs. I did the logo for Embark.
Okay.
If he needs a day off or whatever, I'll go in there and work for a day for we call it Embark Cash. I don't get paid actual money. So,
V-Bucks.
No.
and I love it. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think I would like to do it every single day,
Yeah.
but I like going in there and
Yeah.
working a
Well,
little
it's
bit.
something you love doing, so
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
something-
I love putting a kid's first complete together, helping them pick it out,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Well, you got me up
But-
with one of my board setups. I remember a couple months ago.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Very
think
cool.
that was literally he's been talking about you coming onto this podcast.
Yeah, I've been so excited to have you on
ever
here,
since
man.
you set up
stoked.
that.
I barely even know you. I've met you like twice, and
Yeah,
I'm
man.
just like,
Stoked
we need to
every
get Joe on here.
Every
Like I
time we
said.
do a
Yeah.
podcast, it's like, when's Joe coming on?
Exactly.
You guys are doing awesome things with this. I love it.
Dude, appreciate
Appreciate it.
Well,
Yeah.
it's really nice having you
Yeah,
on.
thanks for coming
talking
on.
to you. This was sick.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Next time I'll bring 40s. Like I said, you know.
There definitely will
Bring
be a
the
next time.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
guarantee that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, yeah.
All right, kids.
All right, sir. Thanks for coming on.
Sweet.
Good stuff.
No announcements or anything?
No.
All right.
Still no.
Thanks for coming.